Feel the power of double XI.
Positive Power 21.org Internet Radio.
You are listening to Royce Live Worldwide Podcast.
Hey, my name is Davis and I'm from Haiti, but I'm living in Dominican Republic. I'm here, Positive Power 21, Jerry Royce Live Worldwide.
So you tell them, little buddy, you tell them you listen to Worldwide Late Night with Jerry Royce Live right here on Positive Power, Double XI Christian Media. Thank you everybody for joining us tonight. Tonight we got Freddi Rene here. She's here to share some new music. And she's in her journey, which starring Shay Samuel. Shay is here. We have a great time. I hope everybody had a great weekend. Welcome to Monday Night Triple Podcast. Hope you guys had a chance to listen to the Renewed Mind. For those of you that tune in early or catch the podcast later on, Dr. Duckett, he really brings a powerful podcast, especially during the time we're living in now. A lot of us, especially if you sit around and listen to them shows all day, those medical reports and what's going on locally, along with the crime wave, it's going to kind of mess you up a little bit. So, sometimes you gotta fix yourself. So check us out at 8 o'clock every Monday, Eastern Standard Time, with the Renewed Mind with Dr. H. Dante Duckett. And you can catch his wife on Wednesday nights at 9:30, and she does the same thing, Becoming You. So if you need some help keeping it together, you don't feel like spending no money on a psychiatrist, tune in on Monday at 8 o'clock. And then Lakeisha Mosley's show, as well, as she takes you through her journey through her book called Heal Yourself. All right, let's talk to Shay Sam, see what's going on in her world. What's going on in Shay's world? What's up, Shay?
Oh, Jerry Royce Live Worldwide, a.k.a. the Batman. Happy Monday. What's not going on?
What's not going on?
That's all I can say. What's not going on?
I know.
You got the Red Room, you got Beyond the Fence, you got Let's Talk Business. Shout out to Paula G and my sister Lakeisha Mosley and the Duckets. But yeah, what's not going on?
Yeah. Batman was in slow motion today. I didn't get down to the studio till 4 o'clock today. I was in the lazy boy chair. Yeah, I sat in the lazy boy chair for like 5 hours. Couldn't get out.
Monday night, so is it football night? I hear football.
Yeah. Double hitters. Pittsburgh lost. Yeah. Y'all probably heard me screaming on here because I had some mics on. Yeah, that's right. The race is on. The
Sorry,
NFL.
Pittsburgh.
Yeah, it's an exciting time.
It's cold, so did they play in Pittsburgh? I don't.
No, they played in Washington. They played in our DC brothers. Our DC brothers. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, that's right.
Well, it's still cold.
That's right. He played the Beltway connection.
That's what's up. It's cold.
You know what? I kind of wish the Ravens would have beat them last week. Then there would have been the Beltway beatdown. but we was playing guys that just made it to the NFL because we ain't had nobody on our starting team. Everybody was sick. It was messed up.
I was going to say, I hear a lot of people have been, I know that the Raiders, one of the teams that had been hit really hard with COVID. So you hear that kind of stuff on the news, but I was very surprised that they even brought football back out. I saw a lot of the college football this weekend, Louisville.
Yeah, the Big Tens, you're going to get those games. Yeah, a lot of money. You got a lot of money in those games, so you're going to get the games. The big college tens in the NFL, they're going to play regardless. They don't care if it's a war going on. Well, they have played during wartime, but they don't care. It's network money. Billions and billions of dollars. Yeah. So you had a good weekend?
There were a lot of kids getting hurt in that game, though. I don't know if you watched it, but I did get a chance to catch some of it. And there were a lot of kids getting hurt on that game. So for some reason, the news kept playing it. Like you said, probably because of the money, but the news kept playing it. And I saw where 2 kids got hurt, and then 1 kid was put in the game because the kid got hurt and he didn't know what to do. So they clearly aren't training all the football players.
Well, they can't. Yeah, because they're not practicing. They don't practice like they were. A lot of times they start early during the summer. Remember, the pros didn't get together until I think August. They didn't have preseason.
That makes sense.
Yeah, so you got guys that were playing for the Ravens. That was like their first game since they've been in the NFL. They just got called up. Yeah. First week on the
Shout
job.
out to the news for keeping us all up to date.
Yeah, it's a lot going on. We got a lot of politics in the news, which we're not going to touch, but we have a little crime wave going on. I told my wife she needs to disconnect her notification on smart news because there's nothing good coming through there. I told her, yeah.
That's just how it works. That's how it works. And just make sure everybody's voting on January 5th here in Georgia.
Yeah.
Make sure you do that. We're not going to talk the actual politics, but just make sure you vote.
That's right. Do you do the right thing? Wear your mask. Wear your mask, y'all.
Yes.
It was funny. You remember? My time was almost up in 3 minutes. So Miss Freddi, hold tight. I forgot to tell you that I get 10 minutes. I got a chance to catch out former supermodel Naomi Campbell has a podcast, and she likes to travel. So she was talking a lot about how to, clean up and protect yourself when you're on the plane, and she had a doctor that was actually a medical officer for the federal government. Very, very intelligent woman. She went to Columbia University and a couple other big schools. So she was telling you exactly how the planes are, designed with the air system and what the mask, how people are really getting affected now, because a lot of information is out there now that we didn't have before. Remember before it was about surface contact. Well, she said really people are not really catching it off the surface. It's more with the air. It's
been that way for a while. Yeah, it's been that way, airborne for a while.
Yeah, the airborne is the main way. So if you're out there hugging and kissing people outside, you may get it. If you indoors and don't have a mask on, you got a room full of people, you probably going to get it. And it's been happening. It's like going crazy. And that's why the U.S. is not showing any numbers going down, because people are like, just said, forget about it. It's what it is. So the other countries are doing well, like New Zealand and Nigeria, Korea, South Korea.
Watching the feedback on those games, Jerry, those kids did not have masks on. People in the stands were close by one another. And it's a lot of normalcy that's happening. Whether you have a mask on or not, there's just a lot of normalcy that's happening. I don't care where I go. It's still a lot of people who are just crowded in spaces. And so here in Georgia, I will definitely say that a lot of people need to be careful. The numbers are climbing every single day. The airports are getting busier. Yeah. Every single day. I've had to stop a few people from coming in to visit just because of it. So, so just be careful. Yeah,
one thing that she said that I thought was really important, they were talking a lot about supplements and people who've had COVID. They said people who had COVID, if they get it again, it's actually way worse. And you may get pneumonia behind it. A lot of people don't survive pneumonia. You got to look at them death numbers for pneumonia in the U.S. is pretty bad, too. That's like a pandemic alone. That and the flu. People dying from the flu. So it's two things you have to...
I was diagnosed with flu last year. I think it was COVID. I think COVID, and in fact, I just heard it. I think COVID was here way before we
it was.
Kept saying this different strain of flu.
It was here in November.
But I remember on Christmas last year.
Yep.
Right? You think November or so?
It was because Stephen Turner, one of our podcasters, actually had a contractor from the FDA on his show, and she said it was here in November. She admitted it. Yeah. She said it right on the air. Yep.
It's been here, so but we're finding out every day, and just always make sure, if you're listening, always make sure that you know your rights and all kinds of stuff that's happening. You hear of vaccinations, you hear of a bunch of stuff, and we're not getting as many messages in the inbox as we used to about COVID and what they want us to do, the CDC. But I've been telling everybody the most you can't even rely on it because they've made some mistakes as well, but I guess the clearest resource and the most resources will be the CDC.
I think after the inauguration, you're going to hear a lot of stuff. Believe me.
I do too.
You're going to hear some stuff that you're like, what? Yeah. But anyway, Batman time is up. We got to invite Miss Freddi Rene on. Miss Rene, how are you doing? Welcome to Late Night with Jerry Royce Live Worldwide starring Shay Samuel. How you doing?
I'm excellent. Thank you so much. Hey, Miss Shay, Sam, how are you?
Great. It's so good to be able to talk with you tonight, and we're not even going to call it an interview. We're just going to kick it.
That's right.
Okay, awesome. Let's kick it.
And we got new music, so
Jerry,
we
thank you so much for having me.
yeah, we're gonna rock this song at the end of the broadcast as soon as we close our Facebook Live, so all of our listeners on Spreaker Radio and our Spotify listeners will get an opportunity to listen to it. Also, welcome everybody from Amazon Music. I think I'm connected to Amazon Music now too. That was one of the things that the radio distributors were talking about. Amazon Music jumping into the podcast world. So yeah, shout out y'all. Enjoy. So have a great show.
Well, that is good. Good. Thank you so much, Jerry. Well, welcome, everyone. I do want to give a great big shout out to the video release. David Benson character is out on YouTube. Make sure you guys go ahead and view and share and like, love, do all the things that you do. But this is Late Night with Jerry Royce Live Worldwide, a.k.a. The Batman, and I am your co-host, Shay Samuels. Shout out to my radio sister, Paula G. I believe she's resting tonight, but shout out to you anyway. You guys will hear her on every second and fourth Monday, and me on every first and third if we don't change up the schedule. But tonight we have an amazing, super duper amazing guest with us tonight, Miss Freddi Rene. You guys, look, I would introduce her, but I'm sure you all know who she is already. We're going to allow her to give a little bit about herself, but just from what I know, she's an amazing, I'm going to say it again, amazing independent artist, very supportive, very humbled, and we have not had the opportunity to formally speak to one another, but it is an amazing thing when you know the work of someone else and you can support their work behind the scenes, in front of the scenes. You're not afraid to share music. You're not afraid, and that's who we are. And so I'm so thankful to be able to speak with you tonight, Miss Freddi Rene. So again, I ask, how are you?
I am wonderful, Miss Shay. Wonderful. God is blessing you just every step of the way. Some downfalls, but aside from that, we are just walking in His grace. And I was listening to your talk this morning. I can't even get it, but the commitment, I just love it. I was like, yes. And look, Tony D was like, y'all need to listen to it, because we're part of the NAP family, and I'm like, let me go listen to what she got to say, because I need it. I love it, the commitment. And it was something you said. I have to go back and listen to it again, because usually I take notes. And but it was one piece that you said that was very encouraging. I can't say it right now, but I have to go back and get it. But I know
if you say a little bit of it, I'm sure I can tell you what it was. Give me a word, and I'll probably.
Right after you were talking about the water, your conversation was supposed to be about you drinking water, and then you went on to something else, and then you went into your fussing voice.
Yeah. So when I talked to Coach B about the water, what he said was that it is possibly an indicative to how I carry projects in my life. Is that what you're talking about?
Yes.
He literally gut checked me. He gut checked me. He said it is literally something. He said, now, and I wasn't expecting this. This call was all about water. And he said, wait a minute. He said, if you think about it, he said, that's how we treat life. And I said, oh, my goodness. He said, how many projects do you start and then let go? And I thought, I said, I ain't talking to you about this. So, yes, that touched you.
Yeah, and so at that moment, I had to I'm looking around. I'm like, I had to take inventory about, what I do. I'm like, do I do the same thing? But I know I start one project, and then I'll go and say I'm going to finish it, and I hardly ever do. And I hate procrastination, and procrastination is like my nickname. So I can't stand it. But, yeah, that was great. I'm going to go back and listen to it again.
Well, that is amazing. And shout out to those who are sharing it. You don't know, you never know who's listening to you. You never know who's sharing your stuff. You never know. And I've gotten a number of people to reach out to me about the commitment. And in fact, the coach, B, he wasn't expecting for me to even talk about that, but it touched me so much that I shared it today on that Monday motivational moment. So shout out to those who are sharing it, and it blessed you guys. So I really appreciate that. But now let's talk about you. Let's talk about who you are. There are a number of people who know who you are, but the Jerry Royce Late Night show is just about everywhere across the globe. So for those of you who may not know who she is, you're going to find out some more about her or something about her tonight. So let the listeners know who you are.
Well, listeners and all in listener land, of course, my name is Freddi Rene, and I live in Detroit. I'm from Detroit, born and raised in Detroit. And so I'm a mother, and I always have mother, sister, and a grandmother now. So I'm excited about that.
Congratulations.
Thank you. I sang, as far as my singing, I sang as a young child, like most of us, growing up singing, and singing with my sisters and my mom, and we had this in vogue sound. And we just, as I got older, I just continue on singing. My sisters can't sing, but I wanted to do it as a career. So then I just began to sing with various choirs and community choirs and doing a lot of auditions. And I sang with the Whitfield Music Group a number of years, and Derek Stark's Family and Friends Choir. So just been doing a lot of that. And then I just said I was going to sing and do weddings and funerals. And then someone heard my voice. Actually, my cousin Nicole, she said, "You need to do something with your voice. You need to let the world hear it." So I have a project that started in 2012. It kind of went somewhere, but not so much. But it's still out there. And only in 2015 is when I really started to, buckle down and say, okay, this is going to be a career, Lord. What you going to do? What can I do? So then that's how that part began. And just a down-to-earth sister, just trying to sing the gospel.
Yes, you are. Yes, you are. It's so funny because you're like, I say this very lightly, but we all have those older sisters, and there's just a group of us, shout out to Kina C, because she shared a lot of our music yesterday, and we have this sisterhood that's unknown sometimes even to us. This world that we live in, and even in this ministry/industry that we live in and that we all are affiliated with, it can become very competitive. And so to have someone like yourself who can really be a support system, knowing that you are an independent artist as well, and to see someone like Kina C do what she did for all of us, really, you just never know. So what have you found? You've been doing this for some time, and you're kind of introducing yourself now as an independent artist. And like you said, it's been some years since you've released your music, and probably finding your stride as God continues to build on it. But what have you found mostly as you begin to get more and more involved in this community of independent artists? What are you finding more of?
Well, let me go back to talking about the competition part. I was at the Voice of the Gospel Music Awards, and I was talking with one of the young ladies, Michelle Bell, and we were talking about it shouldn't be a competition. It should be, if we have this common goal to sing the gospel, sing the good news of Jesus Christ, why should there be a competition?
Yeah.
So I just want to put that in my
and that's what I want you to talk about. That's what I want you to talk about.
Yeah, I just can't understand it. So, but then throughout my journey, it's just been some times where I'm like, where I have been told, well, we're not going to use you right now, or just sing, we'll use you later, or we'll have someone else to sing this part. And so, but I continue to come to rehearsal and go, show up, just be faithful. I just continue to be faithful. And so that is, sometimes I get frustrated about talking about it because I'm like, it shouldn't be, I have a gift that lies to me. And then I say, okay, well, maybe it's not my time, but I'll still come. I'll still be faithful.
Yeah.
And that's why.
What I realized too, Freddi Rene, I realized that we, although we're in the same, and Jerry and I were talking about football in the beginning, but the way I look at this life, we were just reading it, David and I were reading Romans 12:2 yesterday on our show. It says to not be conformed to the things in the world, but be renewed by the transforming of your mind. And when we went down to 9, I think it was 6, maybe in 6, it talked about we all are one part of the body. And so one person, we all have our own gifts, and we are to utilize those gifts. And here's the thing, and you can touch on this, but when you're secure in your gift, there's no reason for the competition. When you realize that each person has an opportunity, every person on that football field plays the part of, or plays their position. They're all on the same field, but each person is designed to get to the common goal, which is to win, right? That just touched me. But that's the common goal, right? And so it's unfortunate because once we realize that we all are a part of the body and we all have a place, a position, how can you encourage somebody tonight? And we can get much further if we work as the body.
Right. We can get further if we work as a body, but what's the percentage of persons that's going to look at it like that? That's that's the part that says many are called and few are chosen. And that also comes with the part where there's a remnant that's only going to be called. So if you know that you have a gift, because I was talking about, I did myself this pep talk. Freddi, you got it. Don't give up. So, because there were times I was like, I'm going to give up. But then I was talking to myself the other day. I was like, the Lord gave you that gift. Don't get so serious. Just have fun with it. Still bless the people because you have the gift. And so don't stress yourself out. I'm part of I'm being nominated I'm a nominee for the Texas Gospel Music of Excellence Award. When you got to have people to vote for you, and you have people to vote for you, like, just flow with it, Yeah. Right now, I'm learning the business side of it, because I was in one of Tony D's classes, and he said, now you're not just an artist, but now this is your business. So you have to know the business side of it and everything like that. And I was like, you know what? This is overwhelming. This business part is overwhelming. So that's when you have to get you a team that can help you and structure your business along with you. And so, but lately I've just been learning the business side about it, not just the singing, but you still have to perfect your gift with the singing. So it all comes into play. It's a lot of work. But the journey is phenomenal. The rewards, they will come. So, but I'm meeting some great people.
Well, go ahead.
I'm meeting great people along. Hey, everybody, do you know? Damn, y'all don't know her?
See, that's what I love about
you. Awesome. It takes one awesome lady to know another awesome, and you're awesome.
Oh, well, I really appreciate that. But speaking of being rewarded, you've been nominated for a number of things. You've been featured in a few magazines. You've done a segment on Bobby Jones, correct?
Yes, that was wonderful.
Tell us about that experience.
He's down to earth. About 2018, I was there, and he's down to earth. It was just great being on his show. It was no stiff-necked people. Everyone was on one accord, just giving. They supported each other. Each artist supported each other. It's not when you sing, I'm going to leave. After I sing, I'm going to leave. No, they stayed there, and they supported. That's what it's all about. That's when you have a good time.
Yeah.
And sometimes depends on what song it is. Yeah. Absolutely.
Well, so talk to us, because you've come out with a few songs, and I know, I'm going to tell you, I know the song that I heard, Lord, I Need You. I think that song came out over a year ago, and it was hitting the charts left and right. It was just, it was just like Freddi Rene. And actually, I think that's how, because your name is so catchy, Freddi Rene. So I think that's how it, how I started kind of catching on to it. So, Lord, I Need You. What place were you in when you came up with that song and actually decided to release it?
Okay, Shay, let me tell you the secret about my name. My name is actually, this is the only interview that I really revealed my name. So
I was going to say, I wasn't even going to ask.
Okay, so let me tell you, my name is Freddi Rene Kelly. Now, I was around some water because the Lord always gives me something fresh when I'm water, if I'm washing dishes or playing in water or something. So I was like, Lord, I got this new project. I need a name. Okay, and I was like, okay, can't use Freddie Kelly. That doesn't ring a bell. It's not catchy. I said, okay, you got Beyonce Knowles. I said, she don't use her last name. I said, Freddi Rene. I was just rejoicing. It was just so funny. So I'm actually using my first and middle name. So
I love it. No, I love it, though. It is catchy. It is definitely catchy. It makes you want to know more about you. And it's funny because it's like Freddie being a female's name is women who have male, quote unquote, sounding names. I think it's like the coolest thing in the world. So when I heard the name Freddi Rene, and of course it's spelled Freddi. So I wasn't sure how to pronounce it at first. I wasn't. So do you get that as well, where people may not know how to pronounce it because it's okay? So that's
I still get Freddi. It's like it's Freddi. And then if I don't put Miss in front of it, I'll get Mr. Freddie. So I had to fight. Wait a minute, Oprah Winfrey say I had to fight my uncle. But I had to fight my name all my life, Freddie. So I won't say those
very good names to have.
Those unkindly names. So I'll just say I had to really get respect for my name. So, but Lord, I Need You. Okay, let me tell you about my favorite song from my first project is In Spite of Me. You may not have heard it, but it's out there. Because you love me in spite of me. He loves me in spite of me, my good, my bad, and my ugly. Anyway, that's that one. Mm-hmm. Lord, I Need You is the writer is Nicole Kelly, she is my cousin / assistant. Okay. And she wrote the song. And so throughout her journey and her going through, she knew she needed the Lord. It was some obstacles, and all she can do was call on the name of the Lord. So then she began to write. And so if you listen to the beginning of the song where it says, the Lord is my shepherd, my then, my now, and my after. Mm-hmm. Lord, you are my shepherd then, through the circumstances now that I know what to do, and then and after. You're still after the situation. You're still my shepherd. You're still my Lord. You're still my God. And so that's what Lord, I Need You is derived from. And we still need the Lord today, even during this pandemic. In spite of me. Lord, I need you through my good and my bad and my ugly. Lord, I need you all the time.
And really, there's nothing like having a collaboration with someone that you have a close relationship with, because, you get a chance to kind of speak to the situation through your music. And that's what music is all about. We make jokes about, some people were conceived off of music, and some people, you hear a certain song, it makes you think back to when you were a kid. And so when you hear this song, you're always going to think about that testimony, which really will help to bring someone else to a place of deliverance and healing and peace and all of that good stuff. And so I thank you for being sensitive to that. And I thank your cousin, because I'm sure has she written any songs outside of this one?
Yeah, she has a plethora of songs, but they're not revealed. They're just sitting in her manual, her archive.
So you brought it to life.
Yes, we did. Yes, we brought it to life.
Good. Well, I really appreciate you telling us that story.
Yeah. And I see it's moving on the charts, and I'm just like, wow. And number 2, then number 3, and then I think 13 weeks in the top 25. So that's exciting. I'm like, all right.
Yes. And you never know. Like you said, you never know who's listening, and you never know how far your music can go. And a humble soul like yours, probably like me, when you see it happen, you're thinking, I just wanted to sing. Like, I really just wanted to put something, like, I never thought about recording it for it to be on radio. Were you thinking like that as well?
Thinking I just wanted to touch fame just a little bit. That's all it was, just saying. I didn't think any further than that. I was like, okay, just let me touch it. Let me see what it feels like.
Oh, I love it. Well, I'm reaching out to you because I want to touch fame. So I'm reaching out and I'm touching your shoulder. Thanks, Fame. So you have new music coming out. You said it's not released yet. And so when can we expect it? What can we expect from it?
Well, currently I just released my praise, my offering. It's a holiday song, not so much as Christmas. And that's just simply saying, it's written by Andre Archer, who's from Detroit. And so it's just simply saying, there's a child born. We hear the baby Jesus is born, and the 3 wise men is like, what do I give to him? What do I say? What song do I sing? What will be my offering to the King of Kings, to the young child, young baby Jesus? So that's just mostly a simple song. It's just saying, here's my praise, here's my offering.
Okay. All right. Well, I know for a fact, again, because you have put your mouth to it and you have put your words to it and your spirit is aligned with it, that it's definitely going to do well again. Can we catch you somewhere? I know that the pandemic is here. Are you doing any virtual concerts, anywhere that people need to know you're going to be to support what you're doing?
Shay, I'm so old-fashioned. They look young, but I'm old-fashioned still. So, but I'm working on this virtual stuff, and my family, they still laugh at me because I'm like, really? I said, don't none of y'all know the old way. If the system crash, y'all not gonna know what to do. But my cousin, Nicole's like, you have to do some virtual shows. So I'm looking into learning how to do a couple shows for the next couple weeks, maybe in January. And so that's all. We're just working on it. We'll have something out soon.
I think it's cool, though. The pandemic's definitely going to pull the best out of everybody. So when it happened in March, probably about 2 or 3 weeks afterwards, I got my first request to do a virtual service. And I was like, what is a virtual service? Okay. And it was funny because I had to do a sound check like a Saturday night. We were on sound check until 1. They had green screens all in the back, and then they had an engineer in one place of the world, and they were at another place of the world, and I'm like in the middle of it all. And they were really doing what they could. I say all that to say it can be a good thing, Freddi Rene. And I know that you know it, but I think this is the wave of the world. It's like beepers versus cell phones. Right? Like you can still get a beeper, but what more can you do with it? Because you're going to pick your cell phone up to call the person. So why not just we don't have pay phones anymore. So normally, your beeper go off, you go to the pay phone, you put your quarter in and you call, right? That's why you stand next to the corner store when you get the beeper, because the pay phone is right there. But we on cell phone time now. So you have to, when you get it, I promise you, I'm still learning it too, because there's so many different systems that you can use to do it. But hook up with Jerry Royce. I'm sure that, all the streaming and stuff that needs to happen can happen some type of way, but there's a lot of resources around you. So that's another thing. Freddi Rene and all the other artists out there, utilize the resources while we're in this pandemic, because there are people that you don't even realize have been able to help when you guys were going out to these events left and right.
Yeah.
But that virtual component needed to happen, and we are going to get it done. Right, Freddi Rene?
Yes, we are. Yes, we are. And I do know that to tap into StreamYard is better than Zoom. And you can do the virtual and all your meetings and stuff when it has a better quality. So I did learn that part. So now is just the time to tap into those resources, like you said.
Remember
And,
that business side.
Yes, and we'll be doing that. So,
Well,
yeah,
I
that
look
is
forward
the
to
new way, and people have been successful at that. I'm sorry, I didn't mean to rattling on.
No, you're not. I think I look forward to it, because there's just something about you and what you do and how you do it. I believe that you will capture an audience that needs to be captured. Although you are on the charts, I know for a fact that you have a genuine heart to just reach people through your music. And I think doing that will definitely capture them.
Yes, thank you so much.
You're welcome. You're welcome. So before I let you go, I do want to ask you a question.
Okay.
I wish I had a drum roll. Do we have a drum roll?
How's that?
Peanut butter and jelly or bologna and cheese? What's your favorite?
Peanut butter and jelly, baby. Peanut butter and jelly. And not only just creamy, I like the peanut butter with the nuts, the crunchy.
Oh, you are my kind of girl. I love it. I love it. Do you like Jif, or what's the other kind of? I like
Skippy.
Yeah. No. So here's the thing. With the peanuts in it, I like Jif. With the creamy, I like Peter Pan. Okay. I do. And then every now and then I like to slide a little mayonnaise on it. Don't ask me why. Don't ask me what day of the week that is. Have you had it that way before?
I am not going to ask you why. That does not sound good. It don't sound good to me.
It sounds good, or it doesn't sound good?
It does not sound good to me.
Ooh, it's delicious. I don't know why I can't do it every day. Okay, so peanut butter and jelly. Now, what's your side? Chips or ramen noodles?
Let's see. Chips. You said chips?
Chips or ramen noodles?
Oh, yeah, chips.
Chips for sure. Yeah. Again, I'm iffy. If I eat the mayonnaise on the peanut butter and jelly, I gotta have the noodles. If it's just a plain one, I can do the chips.
But with the crunchy peanut butter that has the nuts, you don't need noodles, you don't need chips. Just straight that and jam. Now let me ask you, jam or preserve?
Preserve.
Strawberry or grape?
Strawberry. Or,
come on now.
Strawberry for sure. I can be a little bougie with my preserve.
What you say now?
Give me a side of blackberry as well. I definitely can. That with some crackers, I could do that all day.
Okay. Haven't tried the blackberry
with it.
Okay.
Oh, yeah, I could get a little bougie with it. So I asked that question because you do sound a little Southern. I don't know. You sound like you can throw down in the kitchen. So I wasn't going to get everybody hungry with what you made for Thanksgiving, how everything turned out, what your spread looked like. Well, I will ask that. What did your spread look like for Thanksgiving if you did do Thanksgiving?
Okay, so let me just go ahead and be honest, Freddi. I'm not Southern. I usually try to talk Jamaican, something like this. But I usually don't cook on holidays because you know why? Everyone cooks the same thing. Everyone loves to cook on Memorial Day, Thanksgiving. So what I do It's either I'm asked to bring a dish or I'll come and enjoy your food, and then I'll help clean up. I help clean up and things like that. But this pandemic has really put a damper on the holidays. Because Thanksgiving, my sisters, they cooked and they wanted to do a carry out, and I was being stubborn because I didn't want to do that. It didn't feel like how we usually do it, so I was rebellious. And I pitched in my money, and so someone else was able to enjoy. But no,
Well, they got what they got. Well, I will tell you, Miss Freddi Rene, that this has been an amazing, amazing conversation. I don't want to call it an interview because I said we're just going to kick it. I asked some questions, and I really do pray that the people who are listening tonight, especially if you are an artist, that you got some words of wisdom. It is not okay to compete in the environment that we are in. We are all one body. Just like on the football field, there's a player for each position. The common goal is for all of us to win. Make sure you go out and get Freddi Rene's music, and we will get all that information in a second. But I want you guys to also make sure you subscribe to the YouTube page at Freddi Rene. That's Rene, correct? FREDDIRENE. So make sure you guys subscribe to the YouTube channel. So where can they get your music?
They can get the music on all the social medias, all the social outlets, Bandcamp, radio, amazing. You got me saying amazing, but it's Amazon Music. I love that. Amazon Music, just all the social media outlets. Freddi Rene Music is on YouTube, the video, and my YouTube channel. Now, also, listeners, it's Freddi Rene Music, MUZIC, also on the Facebook.
I love it. And she said it so kindly, too, on Facebook. And so if someone wanted to book you the old way or the virtual way, how can they connect with you?
For the old way, you can dial my manager, D. Bryant Music, at 313-515-0326. And at FreddiRene.com.
Yay. Make sure that you guys connect with her. Again, an amazing, 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 amazing woman, and amazing music, and really just has a heart for people, as you guys can hear tonight. And I just want to make sure that we leave everyone with a word of encouragement. If you don't mind, Miss Freddi Rene, my sister, leaving a word of encouragement for someone tonight.
I don't mind at all because, like you say, we're all in this together. Whether you're a new artist, emerging artist, you have to have a prayer life. I always say pray. Pray over your music. Pray constantly. You have to develop a prayer life. Tap into what God has for you. The road is going to be rough. The road is going to be rough, but you have to persevere. Romans 5:2-4 says about perseverance and character and hope. So we have that assurance that if you know the word, get into the word, build your relationship, learn about the business, music business, and then just move forward. Persevere. I love that word. So thank you so much for dialing.
No, thank you. Thank you. Thank you so much. Well, it was a pleasure for us to have you on. I do want to just remind everyone that in this season, we have an opportunity to grow. Before we hang up, I just want you to know, not just you, Freddi Rene, but for everyone, that this is a time where we need to go back and not just look at the old, but look at what resources we have around us, because there are so many people, especially during this pandemic, who are building, but there are people who are waiting to help you build. The Bible reminds us to write a vision and make it plain. That's exactly what I'm challenging you to do. Write the vision and make it plain, and you can do it before 2021. Thank you guys so much for tuning in to Late Night Jerry Royce Live Worldwide, a.k.a. The Batman. And again, I'm your co-host, Shay Samuels. Until next Monday with Paula G, we will see you guys then. Positive Power 21. We love you.
All right. And for those of you that's hanging around, we got two songs by Freddi Rene. We have one called Lord, I Need You, and My Praise, My Offering. Here we go.
listening to Jerry Royce Live Worldwide Podcast.
For the Lord is my shepherd, my then, now, and after. A solid rock that's consistent, can solve a problem in an instant. Lord, I love you. Lord, I love you. Can't live without you. Can't live without you. Lord, I need you. Lord, I need you. I need you in my life. I need you in my life. For the Lord is my shepherd, my then, now, and after. A solid rock that's consistent, can solve a problem in an instant. I found in life that God is a must, for it is in Him that I put my trust. I love you so much, doesn't matter what I heard. They can say what they want, just as long as it's in your word. Lord, I love you. Lord, I love you. Can't live without you. Can't live without you. Lord, I need you. Lord, I need you. Need you in my life, life, life. Yeah, I love you, Lord. You're the source of my everything. Can't live without you. I can't make it without you. Oh, Lord, I love you. Lord, I love you. Can't live without you. Can't live without you. Lord, I need you. Lord, I need you. I need you in my life. I need you in my life. Oh, Lord, love you. Because of you, there is no way I can do this without you. I need you in my life. I need you in my life. No matter the weather, you keep me together. No matter the cost, when I feel lost, you forever change me. Your love it saved me. Oh, I need you in my life. There's no way, no way, no way. I'm so lost without you. You are the way, the way, the way. I need you in my life. A bright star shining through the midnight skies, fill my heart with awe and wonder. To think the King born to deliver us from the rule we be crushed under.